My name is Shyla, and I had an upper all-on X with Dr. Kremer. In my early 20s, I had a car accident. It put me on a lot of medications. I learned later those medications really weaken your teeth. So I got to a point, I had some crowns put in, and they failed. I lost one of them eating a donut, which, not that you should be eating the donut, but it was the last thing you would think to have a tooth fall out. And once I lost one, I then progressively lost more. So I spent about 8 years with my partial. Everywhere you went, everybody knew that that's what you had. And so that was where I was at with it. I was done. I spent so much time, I would talk to somebody and I would talk like this. I would put my hand in front of my mouth. I'd went through so much to have pretty teeth when I was a child. To just suddenly not have them anymore was really difficult.
Shyla has a pretty good story. She also has some past trauma, which, with things that when people are losing a lot of their teeth or have lost a lot of their teeth, it's a part of their body, and it's almost like if you have a prosthetic arm or leg, it's a significant emotional event, an emotional trauma.
And I was tired of having to remove something from my mouth.
We did an upper fixed implant restorations. That was the best option for her, and that's what we did.
Dr. Kremer has this just welcoming, friendly personality, but sometimes you go to a doctor and you feel like you're talking to a doctor. You go in and you see Dr. Kremer, and it felt like you're talking to a friend. It's like this comforting thing, like you've gone to a family friend's house, and that's where you feel like you're at, and that's how they make you feel. Is that you're a friend, they're talking with you, they're helping with you, you're never talked down to. And there was none of that from Dr. Kremer. It was like, okay, well, what can we do? What, if you had your wish, what would be the one thing you would want to take care of? What's the most important thing to you? And then he would figure out how to help you make that happen.
She's really ecstatic and pleased with the results. I mean, just the transformation and building something for someone, again, a prosthetic or a man-made, something that goes into this person's mouth and is permanent there, and it just looks and feels incredible. So you're taking someone who's maybe broken and making them whole again, and she's a great example of that, where I think she's ecstatic. We got a result, working with our master ceramist, that just, you can't tell that these aren't real teeth type of thing. And I love that. And just, again, the confidence that comes out of a person like that, and the feeling that they exhibit in that, wow, I'm complete, I'm whole again. It's the most rewarding thing as a practitioner that I can provide. And that's why I love doing this stuff.
This was the first time in probably 20 years that I got to just smile at people. And I knew that they saw my smile as just a smile. And they might have looked at me and thought, wow, you've got great teeth. I hear that quite often. Oh, yes, such beautiful teeth. And sometimes I just smile at people and say, oh, thank you. And other people, I was like, oh, yeah, I went through Kremer Dental and I had the dental implants, and it's the greatest thing in the world. And most people are too embarrassed to do that. And I'd be the type of person standing there with my head tipped back. So now I don't have to worry about what I'm eating. Having the partial, one of the hardest things, it went over the roof of my mouth, and you lost a lot of taste and flavor with things. I can eat something and you really notice, oh, that had such a great texture and feels so good hitting my mouth, that I miss that, and you forget that. And so I have all of that back.
One of the things I say to people is, people come to me and they're just so distraught a lot of times. And so it's almost, what I say to people is, our job is to give them hope, and almost restoring hope, or givers of hope to people, and then come up with a solution and a result that just takes that to a level of confidence that they just light up, So again, it's just so cool to see.
I feel good about me. I have this self-confidence that I haven't had in so long, because everything he did for me was about me. He did everything to make me feel good about me. And it takes a lot for a doctor to want to do that, to make you feel special, to make you feel like you matter. And I could never in a million years be able to figure out a way to repay Dr. Kremer or to make him understand what he has given me as an opportunity again in life, because I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I wish that everybody had a Dr. Kremer in their life to do this for them.